So, welcome, Uninfluenced questions and answers, Q&A from you guys. I'm going to say this right in the beginning so you guys don't get confused. We are not professionals at anything, nothing. But we're giving our advice on some of the questions you guys ask, and we love doing this. So we're going to give y'all our advice. That don't mean you have to accept it. And that's about it. I'm not going to say this is episode question and answer 3 because that's going to get old after a while trying to keep up with all that shit.
That's right.
So we're going to go straight into it, get to this. And this fella asked, if you could only pick one specific type of ammunition for a 16-inch barrel AR-15 for home defense, general purpose, which would you pick? Oh, this is for Mike. And why?
I'm going to assume that when you say AR-15, you're also, I guess, including or saying that it's a 5.56 caliber, but almost irrespective of that or within the normal realm of standard calibers, I would go with Buffalo Bore. Their hollow point ammo is awesome. They have a 77 grain for the 5.56 that I am a huge fan of, and that's for home defense or general purpose. It's just really good stuff.
Yeah.
That's it.
Then the other one is, Matt, what is your opinion on the best performing water softener and why? Well, I'm not a fan of water softeners or salt systems personally. I think it's another component that can fail in your house and cause major damage to your home. But if you were to do one, there's a system called the Nuvo Manor. It's Nouvo, or it could be Nuovo. Anyways, Google Nuvo Manor. It's a very simple system. It's a mix between a water softener and a filtration system all in one. I've put them in many homes. If I was going to do it, that's what I would personally do. Pretty good system. Take out a lot of salt systems and put this in there. So that's mine.
What are the 2 key components for canine success? That's effective training and proper nutrition. Fueled by Team Dog brings those 2 components to your family and best friend. The perfect nutritional balance that results in a higher mental acuity, energy, overall vitality, and even an improved appearance. Every product you will find in my company's store was born from the battlefield and not from the boardroom. Let my life's work help you become your dog's hero.
Let's go on to the next. He's faster than me over there. Guys, 2 questions. 2 of them shits. What is your strategy in handling? Oh, this bitch. Not.
You want me to read it?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm not going to answer it. Go ahead.
Guys, 2 questions. What is your strategy in handling acquaintances who are beta males who suck at keeping fit, pedestalize women, and have zero flair in improving themselves? I think you asked me this almost same exact question in my Q&A on Mic Drop, and I answered it how I'm going to answer it right now, which is, in short, I just don't. You do you, and I don't give a fuck, so there is no handling of it. I'm not going to give them unsolicited advice because I don't like that shit. If they ask me what I think, then I'm happy to tell them. But if they don't, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Number 2, what is your, when both Matt and Mike are hanging out together, go-to place to meet and get with hot women? Well, number 1, who's the better wingman? I mean, we're neither wingmen for each other because Matt's fucking married, and we don't go anywhere to try to pick up hot fucking women. So next question.
My wife would be pissed about that. Actually, I would say my wife's probably a damn good wing woman.
She's a better wingman than I am.
Yeah. She sends me some hot ass. Yeah. I'm going to go with her. Okay. What is your biggest time waster and how do you manage it? Time waster. You got one?
Social media. I pay somebody else to do it.
That's a good one. Yeah.
That's how I manage it, is I have somebody else manage it, and so I don't spend a whole lot of time on there. So for those of you that send messages and ask questions and whatever, there are times where it's me responding, but I have a social media manager, or actually managers, that for all the brands and channels and whatever that do most of that. But it doesn't mean that you're not necessarily talking to me. You might be, but probably not. So,
Yeah.
outside of that, I mean, that's really it. Like, otherwise I feel like I do a pretty decent job of balancing, work and then taking time when I need it. And I don't consider fucking off wasting time either, because you have to have balance, And so when I need time to not be productive and just let my mind fucking relax and either watch something that's just stupid entertainment that I don't have to think, or take a goddamn nap, or go for a drive or a ride or whatever, I don't consider that wasting time. So, that's how I look at it.
Yeah. I mean, my biggest time waster. Yeah, I mean, I'm the same way with you. I mean, I manage my fuck off time to where I make time to fuck off. Time wasters. I mean, a lot of stuff I do, I have to watch YouTube videos and things like that. It sounds stupid, but I do it for research for the show. Porn? Maybe I watch a lot of porn. I'm really hands-on the porn. I mean, I don't have any. I mean, my wife does a damn good job of making sure all of the employees are taken care of. I would say one time waster I have is stupid questions. Not you guys, but like someone asking me the same question over and over that work with me, even customers, the same shit I just answered, 5 minutes ago or 5 days ago. And it's like, dude, go back and look at what the fuck I texted you or emailed you. That possibly. But other than that, I'm like you. I mean, I surround myself with people that help me make sure I'm not totally fucking up my day. Yeah, that's about it. The next one, how do you feel about car companies leaving off model markings for their cars? I was behind a Porsche with no identifying markers other than Porsche.
I mean, Porsche is the most notorious for having that be something that you can even do. And having bought in a few of them, I will say that that is part of the option specking process, where you can not have identifying logos. And strangely enough, you have to pay for it, which is odd to me. But so, yeah, you have to pay to not have stuff on there. But I mean, again, I think to each their own. Like, I don't really have much of an opinion on it, because I think, let people do what they want. If a buyer of your car doesn't want the 911 Turbo S on there and wants it to just say Porsche, or not even that, fuck, that's up to them. I mean, they can take it off themselves if they want, but if they can make extra money by taking it off for them, they're going to do it, and they obviously do. So, anyway, I don't really care either way, I guess. But
I'm one of those guys who buys a car and I debadge the shit out of it if I can. And to me, it's not I don't want people knowing what this is. To me, it's more of I like a clean look. And when I'm washing a car, especially, I will leave some of the stickers, but I'm not going to advertise for the people I bought my car from, because the motherfuckers ain't giving me a discount on the car. So that's the first fucking thing I take off, is dealer names. So unless you dealers want to hook us up with fucking discounts and shit, your dealer name's coming off. But if I work with a good dealer, I'll shout them out multiple times on videos and things like that for doing good. But I want a clean look, especially when I'm washing the car by hand. I don't want the mitt catching on shit and it's fucking up the mitt, and the mitt, now there's fucking fuzz on the side of my car. So that pisses me off. Other than that, I debadge my car so I think it looks better. It's not to, they don't know what I'm driving.
Yeah. I just leave whatever the fuck is on there. Like, I just don't care,
Yeah,
But
he really does.
Yeah.
Like, I'll come over and be like, hey, bro, why don't you have a license plate frame or something on there? And he's like, fuck those are stupid.
I do think the license plate frames are dumb, and I do always take those off. Ones that advertise, like if it says something or whatever, then I think that's cool. But the ones that say, like, I bought this at this fucking dealership, I never fucking keep those on.
Yeah. The first thing I do when I take Mike's car is I go put one on from a random dealership, like his Porsches, say Chevrolet on them.
Yeah, some random shitty used car dealer.
Yeah, it look like you're just buying your shit at Tote the Note lots and shit. That would be fucked up.
That would be fucked up.
At Tiny's and Nims.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's a good thing to fix that for you, though. Learn more about the cars. I'm not being a dick, but used to how I did wheel sizes. I'd go up and I'd judge the wheel, and I used to be real good at being able to tell you what size a wheel was without ever looking at the tire. Now it's getting harder, but because my eyes are getting fucked up. But look at brands and start to look at models. You can tell Porsche is real big on tail lights. Looking at the tail lights, looking at the sides of the cars, you can really, especially if you're an enthusiast, you can tell what a car is by seeing it, which is, to me, I think that's kind of exciting and fun to do.
Ferrari is a good brand to learn about the back end and knowing what car is what fairly easily by the back end. You know, the tail lights, you know, and whether or not the glass has venting in it, or, you know, there's a lot of little things that you can pick up on that tells you what model is what. But
yeah, I like looking at the back of some shit and judging it.
Yeah, women, cars, whatever.
Yeah. So
that is a laundry list.
Yeah, I was so again, we have the screen there to look at now, and I'm looking at mine. Yeah, this is a lot. Laundry list of questions for your consideration. Well, we're going to answer probably quite a few of these. What is your favorite comedy film? I already probably know yours.
What?
Your favorite? It's going to be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
I would say that's probably it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mine is, man, I don't know, honestly. I like Christmas Vacation, but I watch a lot of I watched a lot of movies. That was my way of venting before I could go drive some of the cars we drive. I had Netflix when they chip you 3 fucking deals, but National Lampoon's I like a lot of the National Lampoon shit, honestly. Go back to Caddyshack back in the day.
That's right.
That one's a good one. The older shit, I'll just say that. Stuff in the fucking 90s. I like that. 90s, early 2000s. I like those films. They were good. Oh, you can take the next one. You have a lot of these. You hit me with some of this shit all the time.
The funniest line or scene from a movie that makes you laugh just when you think about it. Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of them, but you know what came to mind is actually from the same movie. There's 2 of them. One is when he goes through that long, you know, bug-eyed, spiny-lipped, spineless sack of monkey shit. That whole fucking thing that he does is pretty is always funny. But the other one is when he says, "I could wake up tomorrow with my head stapled to the carpet and would be less surprised than seeing you standing here in my living room," when he's talking to his cousin Eddie. Those are the 2 that stand out.
You use shitter full a lot too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it usually is.
Yeah.
Especially up in this motherfucker.
Yeah. I don't really have any. I can't remember enough. I like these questions though. The next one is definitely you because I haven't watched this show much.
Yeah. Yeah. The Office. What's your favorite scene and or episode? To me, the dinner party episode is impossible. I mean, so many of them are so fucking good. It's hard to choose, but that one for me does stand out just a little bit. That whole fucking episode really, it's like it's all one scene basically, or once they're at his house. But again, there's, I mean, almost every episode, at least in the first 5 seasons, as it gets along past where Michael's love interest becomes more serious, and then ultimately he leaves the show, like the last couple seasons where he's not even on it anymore. I don't ever even fucking bother watching after I saw him the first time. To me, it has to be him. I mean, all the characters are good, but you know, he's the character that makes me laugh. I will say it makes me laugh the most. I will say Creed is a real goddamn close second though. Yeah, just that whole fucking scene of the dinner party is fucking incredible. I actually one of the birthday presents I got this last year was there's that website or service called Cameo where you can hire/pay actors to send you like a birthday video. Mm-hmm. And Jan from The Office sung that one night in a happy birthday version to me for my birthday this past year, which was one of the coolest presents I've gotten. But,
that's pretty badass.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I'm going to combine these next two questions. What is the best or most memorable concert you've been to, and the most unique music/concert venue you've been to? Mine's going to be weird. It was Chris Stapleton at the Oklahoma City Thunder spot. It was the weirdest live music event I've ever fucking been to in my life. Most people stand up at concert. Everybody for 95% of that sat down, watched this dude sing, clap. Nobody stood up. It was fucking weird. And, you know, usually they're promoting you to stand up and get into it. No. I mean, he played his set. Everybody fucking enjoyed it. And it was a great fucking concert. But it was the weirdest fucking concert I've ever been to in my life.
Huh, that's interesting.
And I was so depressed when I left.
Really?
It was fucking Chris Stapleton. So,
yeah, I mean, I'm familiar with it. Yeah, I mean, I'm familiar with him, but
my credit score went down. Everything was bad.
Yeah. For me, it was the Far Beyond Driven tour that Pantera played when I was in high school. And one of my best friends at the time, we were on the swim team together. He was a year older than me, so I didn't have my license yet. He did. And so, you know, we grew up in Waterloo, but they played in, I want to say Iowa City or Cedar Rapids. Fuck, I don't remember. I think it was Iowa City. But anyway, we drove, and it was like on a fucking school night, and his parents and my parents let us go. It was him and his girlfriend and I, and we went, it was in the middle of fucking winter. It was like January. It was cold as a motherfucker. And, yeah, I mean, to this day, it was probably the best concert I've ever been to. Pantera live was just absolutely fucking amazing. And it was kind of at the height of when they were in their prime, too, you know, when all the success from Cowboys from Hell and then Vulgar Display of Power, and then they came out with their, third album, Far Beyond Driven, and were just crushing it. And I think it actually debuted #1, which was the first time a heavy metal band had ever debuted at the top of the charts in mainstream music, and it was amazing. My buddy had a Honda Civic, and it was like a fucking late 80s Civic, early 90s maybe. It must have been mid 80s. I don't know how long that model. It was an older car, and this was in 95. So, but the fucking transmission shit the bed on the way home. And so, you know, here we are, two fucking teenage kids dressed like idiots, you know, fucking just, you know, looking like we just came from a heavy metal concert, standing on the side of, I don't even remember what fucking interstate, but maybe 80, I don't know. One of the main interstates running through Iowa, and freezing our dicks off. I mean, it was like 14 below zero, no jackets, you know, we just had long sleeve fucking shirts on, whatever. And this older couple pulls over, you know, and so we're about fucking frozen to death, and they pull over, and we come up, and we're like, hey, you know, we're coming back from this concert, and our car broke down. We live here, but, you know, whatever. And the guy was like, I mean, the couple, they were probably in their early to mid 60s maybe. And you could tell he was just a salty, good old boy, fucking, you know, could handle himself kind of guy. And he kind of looks at us all fucking sideways, and he's like, all right, I'm going to tell you what. He's like, you can get in, I'll give you a ride to, you know, the nearest fucking gas station or whatever. But I'm going to tell you right now, either two of you motherfuckers get squirrely, and I'm going to drive this motherfucker right into a goddamn telephone pole. And we're just like, holy fucking shit. You know, like we're sitting out here, teeth chattering, fucking half roast to death. And this dude just like, I will fucking kill you if you try anything fucking stupid. It was fucking hilarious. And anyway, so he takes us, you know, to a gas station. And of course, you know, there were no fucking cell phones, right? So, you know, we managed to get a hold of my buddy's dad, and he fucking drives all the way down, and like we ended up getting home like it was the next day. You know, we were up all goddamn night trying to deal with this car and whatever. But yeah, it was the most memorable and the best because of all that. But fucking hilarious.
That is amazing.
Yep.
I want to find that dude and we'll get a ride with him.
Fuck, he's probably not even alive. You know,
He's probably fucking 110, still picking motherfuckers up.
Yeah, out on his fucking front porch yelling at people.
Yeah, bitch, I've been waiting to run into a wall. I can't think of that one either. What was your first movie, not porn, you purchased or received as a gift? And was it a DVD, VHS, or Betamax? I wasn't around for Betamax, I don't think.
Well, so there's actually two before that. What's the most unique music concert venue you've been to?
That's the one I did. I combined those two.
With the most memorable concert also?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm an asshole.
Well, but then there's at least one in between. It's what's your first music album?
Yeah.
Mine was a tape. It was a cassette, and it was Def Leppard, Hysteria, with Pour Some Sugar on Me being the main. I mean, that whole album's actually really good. But,
yeah, that is a good one.
But that was my first full album that I owned.
Mine was the Beastie Boys.
Is that right?
Yeah.
License to Ill. Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
A tape?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because before that, I mean, we had tapes that we mixed, you know, but first that bought and License to Ill. Still like that. That motherfucker, Brass Monkey, that shit still fucking hits.
It does, man. It's timeless.
Yeah, that's some good shit.
First movie not porn you purchased or received as a gift. Was it a DVD, VHS? I tell you, I don't think I've ever fucking bought a movie other than since it's been able to be streamed. Like I don't think I owned any movies that were purchased that I can think of. At least not for me. I guess now thinking of it, like my kids, we got some DVDs. I think like Polar Express and Harry Potter and shit like that. You know, there were some kind of kids classics that I bought for them, but I don't think I've ever bought a fucking movie on DVD or otherwise that I can think of.
I know, I can't remember. My brother may say it in the comments or in the live, but I think one of the coolest things our dad did, if I remember right, was Star Wars. He bought us Star Wars because I was a big Star Wars. The only time I remember that dude giving us cake, he made me a Darth Vader cake.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Man.
And then he probably ate it and didn't let me eat it. I can't remember the rest of that, but
shit.
And for those of y'all that don't know, my whole up here is all Star Wars. If you can even see that on screen, but that's all Star Wars shit.
What type of music or artist you really enjoy live, but probably wouldn't be your first choice to listen to recorded? To me, there is no artist that fits that bill. If I like them live, I like them recorded.
Mm-hmm. Chris Stapleton. I did that.
I will say one of the best. There's two. Not that this is what you're asking, but it kind of made me think of it. Which I think this would have been a better question: is what band do you think has done the best job playing live? Because there is a big distinction. You know, there's some bands that are great studio bands that sound great on, on tape or disc or fucking whatever. You know, recorded in studio. They're good studio bands, but they kind of suck live. But there's two artists in particular that I think are phenomenal fucking live that stand out. Avenged Sevenfold on the metal side plays just absolutely ridiculously well live. So does Metallica, though, to be fair. The other artist that's in a totally different genre is a guy named Ben Harper, which it may surprise a lot of you who know who that is, that I listen to Ben Harper and like his music, but similarly, I saw him live a couple of times in California. One he played at the UCSD soccer field or stadium. It's a nice stadium, and just crushed it. But I've been a big fan of his for fucking 25 years, and he's phenomenal live too. But
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Yeah, well, I mean, most people don't. He's not super popular, but
what the fuck did he do?
Well, it's what he does. It's what he doesn't do. No, it's kind of like, it's hard to described. It's a type, I don't even know the name of the type of guitar that he plays, but it's the one that's in your lap and you know, picks with the one hand, but it's almost like you're moving your hand kind of like a keyboard almost on the strings, but he uses sliders a lot and what have you. I can't remember the name of the type of guitar it is, but he's not even, in my opinion, that great of a singer. He's not terrible, but to me, he's kind of average, but it's just, he's such a good performer and he's so fucking good at guitar that way that he just plays phenomenal music. If anything, I'd say it's kind of like, it's a mix between, you know who Jack Johnson is?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. You know, he was a big inspiration of Jack Johnson, but it's kind of like folk reggae mix, kind of that way. It's got its own kind of vibe, beach music almost. It's weird, but it's really fucking good.
I'm gonna have to Google this shit.
Yeah.
I didn't skip anything, did I? No. What are essential items or item do you always pack for road trips besides your socks or buy along the way? Mine is, I'm always stop and get road snacks.
Yeah. You and me both. I mean,
it's got to be like salty stuff, like chips and things like that. But almost always I get some kind of sunflower seeds or peanuts, or if I start getting drowsy, I can throw those in my mouth and fucking eat and fuck around.
Yeah, same. I buy snacks. I mean, every time I fucking stop, like, it was a big deal growing up to get anything at a convenience store. And so that has carried over into my adulthood, and that, like, pretty much every time I stop at a gas station, even in town to get gas, I'll go in and get something to drink or a fucking bag of cashews or fucking beef jerky or something. What do I bring outside the normal shit? I will say, like, when I do travel, and I prefer to drive over flying always. Like, if I can drive, I will drive instead of fly. And I like to have kind of instead of a go bag, a go truck, if you will. I like to have all of my shit with me that way, which, you know, is usually a few different firearms and, several magazines for each. And I just like to have, stuff that where if my truck broke down or I needed to fucking, bail out of the fucking truck and survive for, a week, I could, so I like to have, toolkits and towing straps and fucking an air compressor and, anti-gravity fucking jumper batteries. And I mean, all that kind of shit. I just like to have, like, my console is full of stuff like that, that's just stuff that you'd want to have if you needed it. So I like to have it set up to where I could live out of that motherfucker if I needed to. But that's really it. There's no, like, special item that is outside of what I already mentioned. But
bullshit. He got a vacuum. He got a cordless vacuum in that motherfucker.
Well, so, I mean, in doing, thanks for bringing that up, by the way. Yeah, in delivering dogs and doing dogs for a living, most people would say, oh, you probably don't even notice dog hair. A lot of people would assume that. It's the opposite of that. It drives me fucking crazy when there's dog hair. Like, if you roll the windows down and dog hair blows all around, that shit drives me absolutely batshit crazy. I can't stand it. And so when I go deliver a dog, like, I have it packed all nice and neat and organized, dog bed in the back seat with the seats up and the dog's kicking it. As soon as we get to the place and I get all of my shit unloaded, the dog settled in and crated in the house and get everything kind of squared away and set up for the delivery, I go back out to my truck and I've got a little Bosch battery operated. It's actually a badass vacuum. It works really, really well. And I vacuum the entire fucking car out like a detailer would because I cannot fucking stand it. So yes, I keep a shop vac in my car. Plus, I've got the truck with the generator, so I can charge the battery or what have you. Or even if it was corded, I could just plug it into the truck because it's got a 7,300 watt generator anyway. But
I need to get one of those. Those little vacuums badass.
Yeah, I've got 3 of them. I mean,
yeah, because I'm the same way. I have dogs, and for some reason lately, my fucking shoes are like hair magnets, and I go get in the car, just clean almost every time too, and fucking dog hair all in that floor, and it pisses me off.
Yeah, it drives me nuts.
Love my fucking dogs, but man, that fucking, like, I want to go in and shave all them motherfuckers. Like, fuck y'all.
Yeah.
But Yeah, love the animals.
These are good questions, by the way.
Yeah, I dig them. Is there a type of music or artist you listen to while you're on road trips? Is that different from what you listen to when you're on your bike or your car around town?
To the second question, no, it's not any different. I listen to a lot of different music, but primarily when I'm riding and driving, it's mostly metal or rock and roll type stuff. Some, kind of hip hop or rap type music, depending on it. Like for me, I just like good music. And especially like with some rap and hip hop, like I'm not crazy about some of it where it seems more R&B kind of stuff. I like the more edgy, more hardcore type of stuff in both metal and hip hop. I like kind of aggressive, get you motivated type of music. And so if the music itself is that way, that's what I tend to prefer. That's really the gist of it for riding, driving, working out, whatever. Occasionally I'll listen to, Ben Harper type stuff, but not usually when I'm driving. It's usually like around the house or whatever. But
yeah, I like when we had one of the little ones in the back and you're like, that ain't real fucking music. Hang on. Google.
Here's the good shit.
Yeah, this is the real shit.
Yep.
I'm the same way. I honestly don't even listen to the singing sometimes. I just listen to the beat of the music. I listen to rap, rock. I rarely listen to country. I do occasionally, but rarely. Especially this new shit. It's so fucked up, watered down, fake ass hillbillies.
To me, all of it's that way. Pick a genre. It's all manufactured, auto-tuned, fucking perfect, perfectly produced, and like it's taken a lot of the realness out of it. To me, like country. I don't like even old school country really, but it seems really fake. The breathy fucking rap hip hop, that to me sounds fucking terrible nowadays compared to even like the mid 2000s and especially the 90s. Like to me, like that was really good fucking rap music. And metal, the same thing. It's like, if you turn on, it talks about Sirius XM, like channel 37, right? Octane. But 9 out of 10 bands, like I can't tell who the fuck is who. It all sounds exactly the fucking same, and none of it is really that good or distinguishable. To me, I like Turbo, which is channel 41, because it's like 90s and 2000s heavy metal when I think it was at its peak. But during those times, especially in the 90s, like if Pantera came on or Alice in Chains or Nirvana or Soundgarden, any of those bands come on and who that band is by the way the song sounds in a matter of seconds. Like you can be like, that's fucking Nirvana, that's fucking Soundgarden.
Right off the riff.
Yeah, like you can recognize them by how they sound immediately, and now that's not the case. But same with like if Tupac came on, like you knew it was him right fucking now. If fucking California Love, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, any of the kind of classic 90s hip hop guys, similarly, it was super easy to distinguish who the fuck was who, and it was good, talented music. And maybe it's just as we get older that it seems to be that way with every generation, as they think that, the music they grew up listening to is better. But it does really seem like, at about 2015, like the creativity in movies and music they just gave up. In pop culture, it's like, it's like nobody gives a fuck. They're either remaking songs or movies into 2.0s or, whatever. And it's like there's such a lack of good shit anymore,
Well, that's what I was going to say. That's how you can tell our shit was better, when they're remaking it to act like they made it originally.
So take the halftime show during the Super Bowl. What was it? Like it was all music that was fucking 20 years old, because the stuff that's new now mostly fucking sucks.
Yep.
I thought it was cool, by the way. I thought it was a great show, and it was awesome to see that collection of people and artists up there doing what they're still good at, as old as they are, as we get into the ages that we are now, and seeing them still being able to perform at that level and still make really fucking good music was awesome.
I got a weird question for you. I want to kind of tie it into this.
For me.
Huh?
For me?
Yeah.
Right.
And the audience. Any of you who have watched any of this American Idol or America's Got Talent, these actual singers, I myself think these people are more talented than most people with a fucking record deal right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's unfortunately, I would say, nothing new in the last 20 years. You know, in the last 20 years, kind of starting with boy bands and you know, the Britney Spears types. Her as a good example, like she can carry a tune, and that's about it. Like she's not a good singer.
No,
you know, like she would be, you know, decent in a karaoke bar.
Yeah.
You know, and that's really about it. And that's the case with a lot of people. Not all of them. I mean, Christina Aguilera, as an example from that same time frame, that woman can fucking legitimately sing.
Yeah, and she got ass.
Yeah, and she got some ass. But you know, there are a lot of artists out there that are not that talented. It's just people are in positions of power from a record label standpoint, and you know, they kind of pick who they want to be famous and put the clout of that company behind, and that's what happens, you know. I mean, you can go to Nashville and spend a weekend in little dive bars, or really any big city that has open mic nights or live music performers, and find people that are far more talented than 90% of the people that are household names with big record deals. And you know, it sucks that that's the case, but you know, that's fucking life.
Yeah, because you look at old music before there was TV and all that, where they're just going off talent.
Yeah.
There'd be some ugly ass people, but they sung really good stuff.
Yeah.
And played good music. I mean, but then when the people were like, damn, they're ugly as hell, they quit listening to them.
Yeah.
It's pretty sad. You people are fucked up. Okay, back to the question.
Yeah.
Before iTunes and SiriusXM, would you leave the radio on one station while in the car, or would you change the station frequently?
So for me, you know, there was really, in Waterloo, there was not a lot of stations to begin with. Rock 108, 107.9 was the station that I listened to. That's really all I listened to, because that's about all there was on the rock. I think there was a classic rock station, that like an oldies station and a country station. You know, there was a handful of stations. But once I moved to San Diego and there was more variety, I'm trying to remember. I want to say 94.9 maybe was the station I listened to the most, but I changed it more there because there was more selection there of decent channels. But
I don't like commercials, so I always, once I got older,
yeah, I mean,
CDs
this is
and shit.
Yeah, same here. And as soon as SiriusXM came along, I listened to that.
Yeah, I don't even save local channels to my shit anymore.
That's all I listen to nowadays.
It's all satellite shit. And I change, if it's a shit song, I change it.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna listen to that bullshit. What was your favorite cereal growing up? Y'all, you're gonna be depressed because we weren't really allowed to have cereal. I think we got Smacks in a bag or some shit like that, so it was the only cereal to choose.
Yeah.
It was the generic
Honey Smacks?
Yeah.
Or is that what it's called?
It was the one with the little fucking frog fucker on it. But
yeah, I think it's
this shit had like a bee dressed up in drag.
Sugar Smacks, maybe. Yeah. Sugar something. I don't remember. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, this shit was in a bag.
Yeah.
The shit just said cereal.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even spelt right. It was cereal.
With an S.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was my favorite. It was the only thing we had, really.
Yeah. We, I mean, that was primarily what I ate growing up. I had a lot of different ones that I liked a lot, but I think probably Golden Grams was, I think, probably my favorite, you know, that I ate the most consistently, but I liked a lot of them, you know, and they all suck. I mean, they're all fucking terrible for you, but, yeah, Golden Grams, fucking Honeycomb, Cocoa Krispies, fucking Frosted Flakes. What else? Raisin Bran. I actually like Raisin Bran still. But.
Well, I do. I like the Raisin Bran with the clusters in it.
Yeah, Honey Bunches of Oats is pretty fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what I don't fucking like, and that's grape nuts.
Yeah, fuck.
They're not grapes. They're not nuts. They're not grape nuts. They're fucking terrible. And the fact that that's a cereal is mind-boggling to me. But
The only way you can make those good, you let this shit sit in the milk till they're soggy
for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, this shit's like oatmeal.
Yeah, well, your milk's yogurt by the time it's fucking soggy enough to actually eat and not break your fucking teeth.
You want to read the PS? You don't have to read it out loud, or you can before we move on.
Well, yeah. So first off, to the individual that submitted these questions, those are all really good questions, and they were fun to answer too. By the way,
yes,
unorthodox and outside what we normally get. So that was really cool, and we appreciate them. For your PS, it is my pleasure on the team dog training and the food. It's the whole reason that I did it, and we sincerely appreciate your support on the foundation side. I don't think that we've gotten the package yet, but I will keep you posted. And again, sincerely appreciate your support. So thank you. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, now I get it. That's funny. You should read that one.
Okay, true or not? Mike's pista seats 2, but fucks 5.
It might. I don't know. That's a good question. You have to come here and find out.
Yeah.
But, I will say it is a sexy car, no doubt about it.
It's a magnet. Anything with that prancing horse, I would say, is a fucking magnet.
Dick magnet is what that is.
Everywhere.
Yeah. It's like.
That is a true saying, though, that I heard a car enthusiast talk about. Most women, when you're trying to sell them on, I want this car, they're worried about you getting bitches. But in reality, the boyfriend or husband will push a bitch out of the way to get to that car to look at that car.
Yeah.
And it's true, except for a Ferrari. I've had bitches waving at me with my wife in the passenger seat like, hey. It's like, what's up, girl?
It is a little fucking ridiculous in that front. But, I saw, changing gear a little bit, the one thing people were talking about, the difference between being able to afford to buy a Ferrari and being able to afford to drive a Ferrari, which I thought was funny. But it made me think of there's a smart way to do it, and that's just buy it where it's new enough to where it still has the free service and the warranty on it. As long as it's still within that guideline, drive it and drive the shit out of it. It doesn't cost you anything to drive it, other than gas and tires.
Yep.
Just get rid of it before the fucking warranty runs out. I mean, not that I've had a single problem. Knock on goddamn wood, but anyway, next question.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I like all these. Except for this one. This one's a paragraph.
As we sit here in uncomfortable silence reading it.
Oh, man. This is a lot.
That's a shitty deal. You want me to just read it so that they know?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, guys, my name is fill in the blank. I live in Connecticut with my fiance, stepdaughter, and 5-year-old son. I've been a fan of Mic Drop for a while, and I now enjoy Uninfluenced. Thank you. Thank you for putting out good shit. The question is, when do you stand and fight on principle, and when is it time to say fuck it and run? Specifically, my fiance is a nurse who's about to lose her job because she won't get the jab. We've both had COVID twice. Did our research, and we don't feel the added risk is worth it for us. We've done the Board of Education meetings and town hall crap for 2 years, already fighting against masks in schools and mandates, but it's not going away in healthcare in this state. Our choices now are to stay and try to get a new job around here that doesn't require vaccines, or cut bait and run on Connecticut and try healthcare elsewhere. Everyone is down for a move except my stepdaughter, who has her dad here. Part of me says if I don't stay and try to make change here, none will. Part of me thinks that might be pride in my family would be better elsewhere. Good people here, and I hope they start using common sense again. Easy choices, but your opinions are appreciated. Are we fucked?
No.
All right, so I'll give you my take, I guess, since I just read it. Outside of the daughter-in-law and the dad being there, that's really fucking tough. And I don't envy your position because, that's outside of your interest and just deciding on what's more important to you. Generally I would say,
cards are empty.
Are we still recording?
Yeah. It's picking up over there. We're good.
I got you. All right, so you probably have to edit that, but you know, it's not a typical what's more important to you, you know, standing and saying, no, fuck this, and we'll lose our job and find it elsewhere, or just saying, fuck it, and we'll go somewhere else. I mean, if it were not for your stepdaughter, I you know, my advice would be, fuck it. You know, if it's that important to you and you don't want to get it, then don't get it and go somewhere where you don't need to get it. But because her dad is there, you know, then you're really doing a disservice to her and her dad, you know, and that's, I don't know how old she is, because you just say a stepdaughter and your 5-year-old son. I'm assuming she's probably, you know, a fair bit older than your 5-year-old, but you know, that's a part of time that you can't ever get back. I mean, you can't ever get any time back, but you know, to me, to essentially take a daughter away from her dad while she's growing up, I think is probably the wrong answer, you know, and I would just get out of healthcare, or, you know, or I guess I would still put it in the mind frame of what's more important to you, getting the shot and staying in your field of expertise, or saying, fuck it, it's more important to not get it and go do something else, but stay in that area. That's the decision I would make, is whichever one of those are more important to you.
Yeah.
That's a tough spot to be in, though.
Yeah. I mean, I have a hard time adding anything to that, because, I mean, you hit it all right on the head. You kind of, as a father, I wouldn't want my kid taken away from me, and I'd fight like hell. I don't know that situation there, so it's hard. I would say definitely look outside the mainstream of the healthcare. Some independents may not require it, so I would look there before just jumping out and leaving everything. But other than that, that's about it. I'm going to go ahead. We're going to go ahead and cut this one short today. I mean, it's still 50 minutes. We got a lot of good questions out of this one, and we got a lot more to cover over the next one. Yeah, that's about it. Thanks for tuning in for questions and answers. Make sure to go Ask.Uninfluenced@gmail.com to ask your questions. We love doing this stuff. We really like those unorthodox ones. Those are pretty cool. And car stuff, make sure to hit us up with that. But that's it. We'll see y'all on Wednesday. Peace, bitch.